So you're Sub-Zero, Andy is Quark, I'm my friend's dog.
Yeah.
That's always been that way. But it's been three... The three heads have been side by side by side. Now the three heads are each in an individual little box, but it's not important. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me get my thing. I'll actually read it. I don't mind reading it this time. Because also I stopped at a certain point because I was like, we'll just start talking at that point. Please hold, because I can easily tell that Coke's going to fall over.
Did you listen to
You're
the
doing
episode
Coke.
last week?
No.
Okay.
Good boy.
To be expected.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Did you download it?
No. I'm not
Okay.
subscribed.
All right.
Yeah, I'm like you. Well, I mean, except for last week, like you hear it live. Why would you need to listen to it again?
That's why I'm asking if he listened to it, because he, I don't know, he didn't listen to it, so maybe he did.
No, it was.
That's good.
Leave me alone. I'm fucking exhausted today.
Aww.
Fucking hell.
Alright, in that case, we'll get started pretty quickly. I just want to check... Oh, you know what I should load? I should load the episode.
Just load your brain.
Document.
Oh yeah, I'm not as pitchforks as I was yesterday.
Okay. Better not be, son of a bitch.
It's not trashed here, but it's still definitely not my favorite.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we'll get there. We'll talk about
I'll wait till we're ready.
Yeah.
That's fair. I was reading an article that was like, they need to fire Jeff because blah, 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 blah. Basically, it's Jeff's fault that nobody used their idols. Like, okay. Sure, guy.
Well, we'll get into that.
Oh, it was just because the guy writing the article is an idiot. that's why it was his fault.
It's his fault he didn't directly put his finger on the scales.
I mean,
how dare he?
The other part of the community says that is the problem, is that he does that too much.
Does put his finger on the scales too much? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, well. So either he does or he doesn't.
So.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That sounds like a pretty good ratio to me. I mean, between, yes, he does too much, and no, he doesn't do enough, that sounds like the full gamut of possibilities.
Yeah.
So maybe the answer is that he's doing exactly as much as he should be.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
tiny
believe
dancer.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm glad we figured that one out. We did it, guys.
High
we
fives.
did it.
All it took was 3 white men.
What? Oh, yeah. All right, let me get to my thing. And what was the name of this episode? It was War Among Friends Going to War. Although I heard it slightly differently. I just want to see how badly I finished real fast.
Bad.
100 points. 62 points. 102. Hey, you know what? Oh, well, you know what almost won you this season? The fucking, what's his name? Wendell?
What do you mean, the Wendell?
D fucking Wendell.
Oh, yeah. Did I get points for that? I don't know if
you didn't get them because you didn't take.
Brian did, yeah.
Brian did. That's what I'm saying.
Let me quickly go see if Kenzie, Drew, Danny, Gabler did anything bad. Just need 3 more fucking points.
While you're doing that, I will start the episode by saying hello, welcome to Outplay, Outcast, the Survivor podcast on the Night of Living Geeks Network. We're going to be talking about the finale of season 46, episode 13, Friends Going to War. Going to Friends, and going to Friends War. I'm going to take a sip of my Coca-Cola. That's me, sipping my Coca-Cola. Brian,
I'm glad you clarified, because earlier you said you had Coke, and I was concerned.
Oh, yeah, no. I've never done Coke. I don't want to put anything in my nose. Besides, the way allergies work, I would only have one functioning nostril at a time anyway. Although, you know what's really funny? So I wasn't on this last episode because I was in Arizona visiting my mom for her 80th birthday party, and it was very fun. I was exposed to different pollens and stuff, which didn't affect me anywhere near as much, but the 5 days away from home caused my nose to finally like clear out, and so now for about 3/4 of each day I have full access to both of my nostrils for the first time in, I'm gonna say, maybe a year.
Yeah,
it's really great. No, it's great when your body actually works the way that it's supposed to. Anyway, Andy is also here, but he's looking up to see if he can scrape any last-minute points.
Yes, I am.
Pull out a win or at least a tie. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is, while he's doing that, he's got this. He's got the amount of time it takes me to read the this episode synopsis, which begins as such. Maria begins by rationalizing her betrayal of Charlie. He immediately spots the lie and says to the camera that he was about to do the same thing. And we go straight to immunity, where Kenzie solves the riddle real fast, but it's not a simple puzzle. Now you have to solve these riddles 3. With Liz's straight-up collusion, Kenzie manages to defeat Maria, who is having none of it at this time. In attempting to mollify Maria by saying how it took 2 people to beat her, Kenzie really just sort of rubs it in. She takes Ben to a pasta dinner and hugs Jeff. One hug this episode. My audio cut out while Liz was talking to the camera after the challenge, so if she said something not covered, it's just not going to be covered here. Get your shit together, Paramount Plus. Yesterday I tried watching the episode, and every 30 seconds it would pause for 1 second and buffer. It's just like, that's insanity. Not in this day and age. We don't see much of the pasta dinner, but there's more than enough to show us their solidarity. Meanwhile, Maria works on selling Liz and Charlie on Ben. Not a single person buys any of it, and editing doesn't even try to fool us. Tribal Council is a love fest, and Maria goes out with a standing ovation. Then we get the strangest montage of Ben's freakouts. He has one final panic attack, and then it is day 25. And another performance of Liz's weird body by popping knucks all over the place. Our final immunity is so simple that no one is certain if they're eliminated or not if their ball goes ding. They are not, as Ben discovers when he asks, and as Charlie discovers when his ball goes ding. Liz goes butterfingers, ding! Kenzie nearly throws her ball into the ocean. Charlie dings again, as does Liz, ding! But Ben finishes first. Absolutely not for the first time in his life. Yes, this is a cum joke. He also hugs Jeff. That's 2 hugs. Liz talks her way into fire by telling Ben that she's already a millionaire and has a good story, then immediately regrets it. Ben can't decide who to take with him, and the shink of Flint forms a countdown to commercial as everyone practices making fire. Ultimately, it's Kenzie and Liz. Kenzie doesn't set any records, but she does pull a clean win for her final 3 of Ben, Charlie, and Liz. I'm not going to summarize Final Tribal Council because that is the entire point of what we're going to be doing now. But suffice to say, Kenzie wins. And I think she was a very good winner. I think that I'll start by saying I think she's a good winner. I think that, what's his name? Charlie really biffed it at the end. And it should have been a lot more lopsided than it was. But, I mean, what have we said the last couple of seasons? Wow, it's been 7-1, or, it's been 8-0, 7-1, whatever. Like, 3-5 was a good split. And I think that Ben was the perfect 3rd place.
Yeah, and there's a lot been made that it's 3-5, but if Maria had voted for her ally, or if it had been Ben out there on the jury, Ben had said he was going to vote for Charlie. He in the after interviews, he was asked, like, if Maria had voted and it was a 4-4 tie, like if Maria had voted for Charlie, who would you have voted for? Ben as the deciding vote. He said Charlie. So it was really like 5-3 looks like a 2-vote gulf, but it was really it's one person was the difference.
Oh yeah, one person flipping. And the reason I say that Charlie kind of biffed it and it should have been more lopsided is, like, Hunter saying, I was going to vote for Kenzie, but then Charlie sold me and things like that. But where he really, I think that what cost him the thing is when they asked him why he didn't make fire or something along those lines. You know what I mean? His answer was, it was a terrible answer. The way he said, I just wanted to get to the end and I knew I could win. It's like, you want to project confidence.
But,
don't get me wrong. That's a good goal. That's not how you do it, though.
But Hunter specifically said that answer is why he voted for Charlie.
I thought it was his other answers. I'm not going to go back and rewatch it, but I thought
he
it was
specifically said it was that.
Okay, I'll have to take your word for it because I don't remember. I watched it about an hour ago, or I finished it about an hour ago. Then I watched Star Trek, and it was good.
So like,
it was.
Maria said that she voted for Kenzie because she saw Kenzie making fire and saw the fire she had and the determination, and that's what won her over. I
doubt it too.
I doubt that, and I am really annoyed that the narrative is continuing to get reinforced that to win Survivor you have to win the fire making challenge. It constantly gets brought up that like when you do the fire making, like, well, why didn't you want to do it? Why didn't you want to be the? Were you not blah blah blah? Did you not really want to take that W? Did you not want to like? You don't have the determination to blah. No, you do the thing that gets you to the final fucking 3. And if somebody says, I'm going to take you, well, that's because you had a really good social game with that person. Right?
Well, I'll say this. I certainly think that Maria believes that she went with Kenzie because of the fire. I really hand on a stack of Bibles, and I really think that she was just subconsciously very mad at Charlie and still kind of prickling, and so she went with Kenzie. I think that was an FU vote, which is totally fair and valid. And like I said, Kenzie deserved to win. I think Charlie deserved to win, but he kind of like, there's always a bigger fish out there, and Kenzie was the bigger fish this time. So that's just my opinion. So I don't want to sound like I'm saying she got lucky or whatever. No, she earned it. But I definitely think that Charlie whiffed.
Kenzie is a fine winner. I don't know. This is the point where I get torn, right? Like, I think Charlie played a better game. I think Charlie played a better game of Survivor, and if I were on the jury, I would have voted for Charlie. But because of the way the game is structured, it doesn't almost matter who plays the better game, because the better game by default is the one that wins. So whatever Kenzie did along her path to winning this game was the path that she needed to take in order to win over enough votes to do it. Whatever that was. But from my perspective, watching the edit, I can't see a path where I would vote for Kenzie over Charlie. But of course, we have omnipotent viewpoint, all this kind of other stuff, right? So like, I don't know. I'm torn. Like, I think Charlie should have won this season, but by default, the best game is the one that wins, Like,
yeah.
The scoreboard is the scoreboard, and obviously I am wrong, and Kenzie is right. Kenzie won. And I think Charlie said kind of something to that effect. Like, I thought I played a good game, but Kenzie won, so she obviously did better somehow.
Yeah. Well, I think Banu should have won. He won 1 million hearts.
He did win his 1 million hearts. We counted them. They're there now.
Counted all of them. Sorry, Brian. Who do you think that it was the right answer?
Hell no. Like, I don't know. When we were saying a few weeks ago, and you guys are like, my exact words were, if Ben gets to the end, he's not getting a single vote, and I was 100% correct. And you guys were trying to convince me, they're like, no, he could be like, because he's likable.
I remember I said he just has to do one big move on the way there, and he didn't. So I'm clear of your criticism of my earlier comment.
He won the last challenge.
That's not a move. You know what I mean by a move? Like, do some shit with an idol, take a big thread out, blah blah blah.
But my point is, he didn't get any votes. I don't know why Kenzie did. She did exactly as much as Ben did this whole game. She never did anything.
I'm telling
Why
you.
the hell? Why does she deserve to win?
This is why I'm annoyed, Brian. Her big move was winning fire. And
Yeah.
I get frustrated by that because Ben picked Liz to go, knowing that Liz was fucking terrible at fire. And so it's like, I don't see it as a big hurrah victory for Kenzie to have won fire.
Yeah. Especially because she didn't choose, she didn't fucking volunteer herself either.
No.
Fucking
Kenzie
Ben
would have probably
chose
been
her
perfectly happy to go. And then if Charlie wins, maybe
she
Maria's
said
like,
so.
I saw the fire in Charlie's eyes, and that's when I knew. It's just like...
I beg to differ a little bit. She said she was the one, or at least she says, and they gave her credit for it, that she convinced Hunter that he was safe and didn't need to play his idol. She was also behind getting Tiffany out.
What? No, she wasn't.
No. I remember
She was
specifically
definitely not behind.
She was not in
Tiffany.
that vote at all. She didn't vote for Tiffany even. That was part of her frustration when Tiffany got out, is that was the move she wanted to make, and then somebody else did it for her.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, I take that back. Sorry, but she had a couple of minor things and whatever. I think
ironically it was Charlie that got Tiffany out.
But going, getting Hunter out was not her idea. Just because she happened to be the one that convinced him not to play his idol that's not a big move. Like, just because he was the one she was the one he was listening to. Like,
and I don't know, that might be collective. And that's the thing. Memory is flexible. So even between them, like, I remember that episode. Venus was the one sitting right next to him, and Venus was the one that was like, are you not fucking seeing what's happening here? Obviously you're safe. I remember her getting sassy with him. And then Venus was not in on the vote. So she didn't vote for Hunter. That's why she so wholeheartedly said not to use it.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. And I remember it as him very specifically looking directly at Tiff in the face. And she was like, yeah, definitely do not play your idol right now. And then he listened. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just annoyed that the fire seems to play such a big role in a person's victory when it feels like it's supposed to be a punishment, right? Like you have to fight to make it to the final three. I feel like getting, like, if the GOAT of Final Tribal is the one who wins, like Ben or like Romeo did that one season. What was his name, right? Romeo?
Romeo was only a
I
player.
don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Like, if the GOAT's the one who wins final and then brings somebody with them, like, that should be to the credit of the person they bring. Like, I know you're a big threat, obviously you're here, but because of our connection, because of our being close and you building that social bond with me and putting that time and that work and that energy in, you earned it going with me. Or you have tricked me into me bringing you, whichever one. Both of those are valid. But I feel like getting taken in that way is for some reason a punishment now.
Well, let me ask you this, and it's tangentially related, I think. If Ben had chosen himself to do the fire challenge and he beats Liz, do you think that he wins?
No.
I don't think he wins, but I think he gets at least one vote. Because like we're saying, you just need to do one quote unquote big move.
Yeah, but you're saying it reinforces the idea that fire is the only way to win and blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, like, it wouldn't have saved him even if he was super dramatic about it or anything.
No, I don't. So, I don't think fire is the only thing you have to do to win. But I think if there's two candidates who are close, the person who goes to fire is the one who almost always wins.
Yeah. So
it's way too heavily weighted.
So what you're saying basically is if there's two people who've done about the same amount, then the person who has done more, i.e. win fire, gets more votes. That sounds very reasonable and logical to me.
It's not reasonable because she didn't stand up and say, let me make the fire. He chose it for her. That's why it's ridiculous.
Even then, it's like...
She won a couple immunities on her own. Charlie won one, or did he win two?
Charlie won like 3.
Yeah, Charlie won quite a few.
He won 3? I remember you
least.
won the grip strength one.
Let me see. Survivor 46, Charlie.
I know he won the grip strength one, and that might be the same one that he beat Hunter at. But to my memory, I think he only won like one. But anyway,
Oh my god, giant fucking ad.
Oh yeah, no, all these wikis now are like 3/4 ads, and don't forget the unclosable video at the bottom right corner.
He won.
Night of the Living Geeks Network will never do you dirty that way. We will not put video ads. We will barely remember to update the website. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Charlie won 3 individual immunities.
See.
He also won the immunity side of the first merge one, right? You know, and he splits it in 2, and one side gets immunity, one side doesn't. He was on the immunity side of that. Whether you count that or not. And also, 4 of the 7 pre-merge challenges, he won as well. But I mean, that was also because he was on Hunter's tribe. So.
yeah. I mean, that was basically just Team Hunter.
No, he wasn't on Hunter's, but it was just because Yanu sucks so bad. That's really what it is. Yanu was terrible.
Hey, she was on that tribe for half the game.
Yeah.
That right there deserves a vote.
I mean,
she was with Q for half the game.
And in all that time, she couldn't make a use out of him when Maria clearly did. I don't know. I think.
I understand. You think the straight white man should have won.
Yes, exactly. Straight. I don't know about the straight part.
Is he? Yeah, I don't know.
Have you seen his girlfriend?
Does he have a girlfriend? No. Oh yeah, he does. I don't want to assume one way or the other. He's a dapper gentleman, in my experience. You know. But I think my feeling about who won is also colored by the way Final Tribal went. Like when Final Tribal started and Tiffany's immediately like, we don't want any pop culture Taylor Swift quotes or Van Halen or blah. I'm like, why you got to do that? Why you got to start it off like being adversarial and like putting like a thumb on it felt like the jury.
You noticed she didn't say anything about things that Kenzie says, you know.
I know.
We don't want any talk about hair.
I know. It's just like it was not just the favoritism. It felt very much like the jury was on like trying to put their thumb on the final 3 and like push them down. Like there's some like power trip thing happening that really bugged me. And then when Soto was like, "You have 30 seconds," and Tiffany's like, "I'm going to time it." And I thought that was funny. They yelled, time. I thought it was fucking rude. Like, man is in like, I remember Kenzie, but I remember Ben specifically was like in the very middle of what was very obviously his last sentence, and just yelling time over and over.
30 seconds. When you have 30 seconds and your 30 seconds are up.
No, you have as much fucking. We know for a fact that they have as much fucking time as they want.
Whatever. Well, hey, you know what? They do, in fact, have as much time as they want. We learned from Venus being like, wait, there's no reason I can't just go up to you guys. So, but they chose to be like, yeah, all right, and so they abided by it.
Yeah, you know what? Like in Congress, when they go over their time, they still let them finish the fucking sentence they're on. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, these are 3 people. These are 3 people who could have finished their sentences if they wanted, but all of them were like, yeah, you know what, no.
Well, yeah.
Well, they didn't. It's not like she like had her hands up counting like how much time you have. They don't know.
And
they're just talking.
And the problem is that Tiffany is in such a dramatic power position there. And it's just like you're in a position of power, and instead of having some empathy or giving 5 extra seconds to like get more information than you need, you'd rather be like a shitty boss or something and just yell time over and over and over. Like just like the point of being on the jury is to try and get more information. And instead of doing that, they're having a power trip. Like that's it just feels like I don't know. It was a very unsatisfying final tribal. I'm as much as I think Charlie should have won, I'm fine with the result because Kenzie also played a fine game. I don't know that she played the best game, but she played a fine game, and that's a fine winner. And I'm certainly happier about this than I am about Gabler.
Yeah.
Of course. But like, I don't like the final tribal, and then thinking about the season as a whole, there was so much Banu that was cringe and difficult to watch.
Yeah.
And then Q,
Q.
I don't know. The community seems to love Q because of the chaos he brought to the game, but I don't feel like this is the chaos I want. Yeah.
Humidity. God damn it! I can't. I'm trying to say community, but put Q in it. I
Community?
cannot say it.
The community?
There we go.
Yeah.
That is hard to do.
I don't know why I like the wacky people. And I think before she left, Liz actually got a really good episode. I was like really liking Liz.
Yeah. I like that she very rarely swears, so that when she does swear, oh yeah, she mad. Like when she said, what was it? Charlie was like, put the sticks in. It's like, she fucking knows.
Yeah.
Because other times she would be like, oh God, instead of God damn, she'd be like, oh God bless America. And then all the time she was like, would she say sugar? I'm trying to remember, or yeah.
Well, during the challenge, she went, fudge!
Yeah.
Yes, that was one of the, yeah. I think she said sugar a couple of times.
Holy hot dog on a stick. Like we got all of her taglines. It was a good episode. It was like, this is fucking cute as hell. Like, this is great.
Yeah, once Liz, this is what I was thinking when I was watching the last episode a little bit later, was once she finally pooped, she was good to go.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And also also there was that moment after Q's bullshit when she was like, I don't fucking care anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of that was definitely the best part of this episode, when she was just like, could you just shut the fuck up and let her answer the question, Q?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was also a little bit weird. There was a moment, Kenzie, Tiffany, and Q, like real early on, and it was basically Q just decided to make the question all about himself, and it's like, dude, you're on the jury. Calm down.
No, he just remembered what happened wrong.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I'm like, there's video footage of you doing that, dude. You're not fooling anyone.
Yeah,
but he hasn't watched it yet. He's just going off of his memory, and his memory is wrong. Like, that's the thing. Yeah. He's the kind of person who, like, and we know this from earlier on, like, no matter what you do, he's going to convince himself that he's right.
That's called a pathological liar.
And a megalomania. Speaking of megalomania, I love Liz's, like, I would have beat all of you. and then editing cut to Liz's or Venus's face, and Venus was just like, nah. Her face was just like, okay, girl, whatever.
I think she would have gotten some votes, though.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I think they need to stop showing the goddamn jury when they're doing the fire challenge, because it was really obvious Kenzie was going to win when they were like, oh, thank fucking God Liz didn't beat her. Like,
I was half expecting it to be like the time in Cook Islands where they had to end up going to matches. But I am glad to see, though, that Kenzie got it together.
I like the moment when Charlie was like, and that's how I worked my way into the 6th. And everybody was like, oh, don't brag about that. Bad call. That alliance was bullshit.
Yeah, he took a little bit too much pride in the wrong things, but whatever.
I think that's where he needed to be like, look, and that just, continue my strategy of always having more options. All right, like there were 6 people in this, and it was crumbling, but I had options even within that, on top of the options I had out of it. Like, I feel like he didn't constantly reinforce that was his strategy, top to bottom, through and through.
Yeah. I think he just didn't have, like we talked seasons ago about Erica having the best tribal council I've ever seen. I think that he might have had, not the worst, because Amanda still exists, but one of the that was somebody who was gonna win like 6-3 and ended up losing with 0 votes. You know what I mean? Like,
I think we've had worse tribal councils in the new era too.
Yeah, you're right. Well, worse in the sense of somebody just tripping over themselves, but he did not do himself very many favors, and I think ultimately that's the reason that he lost, because he came in a little too overconfident, and he got a little bit lucky that some people were impressed by that, and a lot of people weren't.
I don't know if he came in overconfident. I don't know.
I feel as if. Anyway, what I will say is this is not, well, because, you were talking about it, like, this is not the best season by any stretch, but I would say this is, like, middle of the pack. There's a couple players, especially ones that got voted out earlier, that I would like to see back. Like, I actually would really like to see Jem or Mariah, because I think Jem could be that little chaos goblin. She just got voted out, unfortunately, a little too early. Yeah, I don't know. There's some folks that might be worth it, whereas before there were better seasons where I was like, yeah, I don't want to see any of these people again. Or I don't need to see any of these people again.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think of who I would want to see again.
I wouldn't mind. I'll put. This is going to be one of you is going to yell at me. I wouldn't mind seeing Ben again, but I don't think he'd ever be back.
Yeah, I like Ben, but I don't want him to come back. I want him to sleep.
Yeah.
I have long-term worries about his continued health after this. Like,
Well, I mean, he's not going to wake up in the middle of an island with no food anymore. So.
Yeah, he'll be back to normal.
But
also,
well, I was going to say, we glossed over that final challenge. That was great.
oh yeah,
I like they finally gave him a new challenge, and it was kind of like, the one with the balls where they keep grabbing it, but this is like a way better way to do it.
Yeah.
This was a cool one. I really enjoyed this challenge, and then whenever it went doink, I was like, oh, that's hysterical. Things like that. That was always very fun, so, yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a fantastic challenge.
Or when Kenzie straight up hucked it into the ocean on accident, I was like, oh, she's screwed. She's out of this one for sure. But luckily, she managed to get her ball back pretty quickly. Like, I was thinking, oh, crap, if it really did go in there, she might be fucked. But she got it, and hey, you know what? She was just that close to winning that if she hadn't tossed it in the ocean, she might have won.
That one time might have been enough.
Yeah, even with did it ever go doink for her?
No. Only over Charlie and Liz.
Yeah, so it never went doink, but there were a couple times where she threw it and couldn't get it up far enough. So that's also just how close it was.
I will say, I think they did try to make a point in that challenge that Charlie was doing well, but those two timeouts, like, that hurts, and that was a good chunk of time. And I think editing was trying to make, like, obviously it's close, and I think they were trying to make the point too in that challenge, like, what if he had won this? What if he had gone back and gotten those two and won this challenge? Like, then does he win?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I think so too. Because I think he was primarily dinged for not winning fire, but like, fuck, man, I don't have to win fire. I won immunity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Overall, I'm pleased. I am pleased. I don't feel like there's definitely been times when I've watched the last episode and been like, well, that was a waste of 2 hours. That was good 2 hours. In fact, I even watched the whole post thing.
Oh man, I couldn't. I'm not watching the after show anymore. I just don't. I don't like it. I didn't like seeing Charlie clearly emotionally distraught and out of it, and everybody around him just fucking celebrating, and like the expectation of everyone around him to just be like part of the conversation again. That was brutal. I watched like 5 minutes and I was just, I can't, I'm out. And it was the same thing when Jam Jam won. Like, and Jam's a great winner. Jam Jam played a fantastic game, but Carolyn was fucking devastated.
Well, since you didn't watch the whole thing, at least, I forget who, unfortunately, but at least two of them cited Carolyn as their inspiration for signing up.
That's awesome, because she's amazing.
Yeah, she was. They were talking about, I think...
I watched the whole thing, but I wasn't paying attention to that once they finished.
Ben was one of them, and he said that she inspired him because she had been through a lot and had like just chosen to be on TV and just be herself. You know what I mean? Completely and 100% herself for all the little weirdsies that she had. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm feeling like I could go out there and be a little my little weirdsies as well." So yeah,
Awesome.
You know what I could have done without the this is what's coming after the commercial shit. That was a bit unnecessary.
yeah, especially since you have the
Especially
plan
since the
that
show's
has,
over at that point.
well, don't you have the plan that has no commercials?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just see coming up next after this commercial, and then it cuts right into it.
Yeah. And they kept like teasing like it was a big deal. Ooh, first look at season 47. Ooh, where it's not like even like a special season. It's just I don't know. Maybe it is. It kind of seemed like they're all extremely conceited assholes.
One of them, I'm remembering, I don't know because I don't listen to this podcast, but one of them is like the host of a major political podcast. Let me check and see.
Oh God.
No, yeah, well, he is a progressive. That's good, but it's still that kind of thing where it's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
He's one of the ones that I'm not a big fan of because it's like sometimes you're like, all right, guy. The kind of person who for the long time would be like, this is not normal. Reminder for day 365. This is not normal. It's like, all right, buddy, stop right now.
Yeah.
The Wikipedia entry for season 47 isn't up yet, but I'm pretty sure he's one of them, and I don't know which one it is. That's fine though. He'll get himself voted off pretty quickly, I'm sure.
I don't think we're gonna have a quote unquote special season until 50. Jeff has said 47 and 48 are all new players.
Okay,
and he didn't say 49, but he did say 50. They're definitely doing a returning player season. So
49 will also be
probably new players.
49 is going to be Jelinski because that's several times several squared.
God, I hope they actually do that. You know what's going to happen is episode 1 of next season. Jeff is going to make a 40 several joke.
Are those people?
Do you want to bet on that?
Do you think every time they do that, Jelinski's just sitting at home like, I fucking hate you guys?
Give me several dollars.
All right, episode.
I demand several dollars for every time you tell this joke.
Episode 40 several. I'm putting it in for next season.
Episode?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, season.
I don't think he will, but also my question is that season recording now, or is it... Oh, no, because there's...
No.
They showed clips of it already. So it's done. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's done, but...
Oh, yeah. So they did not see this season then.
No.
So they may not get it. So I'm going to say no.
All right. That makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes, just because fuck it. Brian?
I'm going to say
I'm going to make you bet now. You going to say no? Okay.
No.
All right. Brian,
Nick made too good of a point.
Brian and I now start with 3 points effectively.
Yeah. Man, this is... I know how important the bets are, okay? Because I won because I said there wasn't going to be a new twist this season. So
we'll get to the scoring. I do have a question. What do you guys feel about Q's question of what do you plan to do with the money?
Oh, that's a stupid fucking question. Like, who gives a shit?
I'll put it this way. It's a stupid question, but that's only because the only wrong answer is something along the lines of, I'm going to buy a whole bunch of cocaine. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only real reason. Because otherwise, it's like one of those interview questions that you get asked, and you just give it a bullshit answer like, well, I think my number one weakness is that I just work too hard. You know, that sort of thing.
Sure.
So it's like, it's a dumb question, but also, hey, somebody might say something stupid, and that could cause them to lose. In this case,
I mean, it would have been a stupid answer if Liz won, because.
Oh, yeah. What are you going to do with the money? Well,
like, I don't know. I don't even need it. Like,
that's the thing. Would Liz's answer have been, I'm going to give 100% of this money to veterans' causes?
Probably not.
Boo.
Like, I will say, for as much as I don't like Gabler as a winner, I do think Gabler believes, like, he played the game, he's a fan of the game, and I think he believes in the integrity of the game, which is why he didn't say that any time before he won, right? He didn't say it during the season, he didn't say it during Final Tribal, he didn't say it until after he was declared winner that he was going to donate all of the money. And I think asking people before they win is dangerous because it's almost asking for the best sob story. Like,
Yeah,
there,
it really
there,
is.
there wasn't a big difference functionally between Charlie and Kenzie's answer, right? Kenzie's answer was, I'm going to use this money for me and my family, and I'm going to start a family with this money. And Charlie's answer was, I'm going to use this money for law school and to start a family. And, like, their answers were almost the same. But Kenzie's answer was, I spent my whole life helping other people. You look at my business plan and you'd be appalled, right? Like, and I'm sure all that's true. And I'm sure she is the kind of person who wants to give other people opportunities. But I don't think the amount to which you're going to use it to help other people, or shown that you have helped other people, you have sacrificed, and now you're doing it selfishly. Like, it shouldn't be like a martyrdom competition.
Here's the thing. I think I give her credit because her answer was real. It was,
Yeah.
Look, I own a business, but I'm just getting scraped by, so I'm just going to use this money so I can continue doing the thing that I love. And so I think it was a perfectly fair and valid answer.
Yes,
fair and valid question.
I have no criticism of the answer. I only have criticism of the question.
Yeah. Well, that's like I said. That I don't know. Also, like, I don't know if I'm going to give someone $1 million. I kind of want to. It could swing my opinion if I know what they're going to do with it. That's just me.
Because I haven't won the $1 million yet.
Be a petty little bitch.
If I'm in Charlie's seat, I fucking lie.
Yeah, right.
Right? I'm planning for that question, and I'm going to think of an awesome charity that everybody loves, and that's going to be the one that I say I'm donating the money to, and then I'm going to fucking keep it.
Yeah.
And I will be a terrible person, but I will have $1 million.
No, I think that's terrible to ask somebody. If you play this game and you don't give the money to charity, you don't get to win. Like, no, fuck you.
But she didn't give the money to charity. I mean, that's why. Like,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what his question meant. That's really what he was looking for. Like,
really?
I don't know if that's specifically what he was looking for. I think she gave a great answer because she basically said, like, I have been giving the money to charity my entire life, and now this one's for me, right? So she was able to give an answer that was selfish, but had the martyring in it. And I think
yes, exactly. Well, so I'm agreeing with you. It's a shitty question.
Yeah.
I don't think her answer was, I've been giving it to charity this whole time. I think her answer is what we always talk about when we talk about what we would like capitalism to look like. Somebody who is not just, I'm going to make hella bank giving bang cuts or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, look, I'm going to give people the chance to sit in that, or to stand in that chair and make their nut or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's the equivalent of saying I give it to charity all the time or anything. I don't know. Where it's fine. I don't care anymore.
That's the thing. I think she gave a good answer to that question because what I'm trying to say, Nick, is like I don't think she said it in that way, and I'm not criticizing her the way she's done whatever, right? Something about the question feels wrong to me in the context of Final Tribal.
Well, next time I see you, I'll fucking fight you over this question.
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
I'll fist fight and I'll record it for World Star.
Hell yeah.
In the meantime, has anybody got anything else they want to say about this episode and or this season as a whole?
No, I want to say more about what we were just talking about. Why this is a bullshit question. Okay? Because, look, if I went on that goddamn show and I won, and I'd be like, no, I'm not fucking giving, I'm wasting this money on myself, whether I need it or not. I fucking earned it. It's mine. I don't give a fuck. And that would, but And that's exactly the reason Q was asking. Because if I said that, he definitely wouldn't vote for me, and that's bullshit.
I don't know. I think Ben's answer was really good too. I think Ben just didn't have a shot at winning. I think Ben's answer was like, look, I'm going to set my mom up to retire and, donate the money. I would have also loved Ben to be like, I'm going to give some money to this charity and I'm going to spend the rest on hookers and blow because I'm a rock star. Yeah. This is why I can't be on Survivor. I would just make fun of it the whole time I'm there. Hookers and blow, Q. Also, hookers and blow.
See, you know why I couldn't do it? Because if somebody ever asked one of those fucking questions during Final Tribal where they're like, what did you learn out here? I'd be like, I came out here to play a fucking game and I played it. I didn't learn anything. Shut up. That's what I would say. Like, that's a stupid fucking question. I'm not fucking becoming a new person because I played this fucking game.
I want you to do a 10-minute...
ridiculous.
Brian, I want you to record a 10-minute rant on that and submit it as your tape.
Yeah.
I think Nick wants to move on. You ready to move on, Brian?
That wouldn't work though, because Jeff specifically said they won't cast villains anymore. So.
Well, they're not specifically casting villains, but if you're authentic and then you happen to be a villain, that's fine. I'm sure Liz would say that Q's a villain this season.
Yeah, I think he was. Definitely.
A villain? I don't know. Is he more villain or more wackadoo? Like, if you're going to do, like, villains versus wackadoo.
No, he is a villain.
Is he in the villains tribe of heroes versus villains, or is he in the wackadoos with, like, Coach and whatever else?
No, he's a villain.
Huh? Okay.
I know he's a villain because they didn't show any of it. But there was a point when Liz was like, God, why do people want him around? He's such an asshole.
That's because he was really...
That's how I know he's a villain.
She was really pissed at him. I don't know if that's the entirety of that story.
No, but that was like several episodes after she screamed at him.
Was it exactly 7 episodes?
I said...
Several.
The best part of that is that you actually didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I know.
Of all the things to see coming this season, it would be the several 7. Can we move on to fantasy so Nick can join the show again?
Okay.
What?
All right. Nick, you came in the week in last place, and all you had was Liz, Zombie Tevin, and Spicy Jeff. You had 61 points. You got 1 from Liz because she survived the first tribal and then was eliminated. You got 62 points. You're not in this. I came into the week in first place. I had Ben and Maria. Maria got eliminated the first one, so that got me 0. Ben made it all the way through. He ended up giving me 6 points for going on a reward, winning an immunity, and surviving 2 tribal councils. I also got 3 points from the over-under Jeff Hugger bet. The bet was at 1.5. You two said under. I said over. We had 2 just this episode. So I got those 3 points onto my 6, giving me 9, onto 91, giving me 100 points. Brian, you came in the week in second place with 80 points. You had Zombie Soda, who got you nothing. You had Charlie, who got you 5 points. You got 3 Final Tribal Council votes, 1 Final Tribal survival, 1 episode title, and surviving another tribal. That got you 5. You also had motherfucking Kenzie, who is sole survivor for 6 points, plus 5 Final Tribal Council votes, survived 2 tribals, won a reward, and got a reward and went on an immunity, and got 3 points for how long till exciting. Wait, did Kenzie get a reward? No, it was Charlie, right? It was Charlie and Ben. Oh, same number of points. Same number of points, swapped around. Doesn't matter. You got 3 for the how long till an exciting twist. Took a bet on how long it would be until Jeff said an exciting twist for the season. You said 0. It's not going to happen. And it didn't happen. So that's 3 more points for you. So that is 22 onto your 80, giving you 102. So it's Brian with 102, me with 100, and Nick with 62. Now, as I was scrambling right now to find more points.
And all is right again, because now we all have 6 wins.
Wait. As I was scrambling to find more points.
Andy will have 7 wins.
We have our $1 million Deadpool. Nick had Mariah, Brian had Ben, and I had Tevin. And during this episode, when they're doing the thing where they talk to the jury members have like a little confessional talking about how they're trying to decide before Final Tribal and talking about the different players at Final Tribal. Tevin is the first one to say the $1 million phrase.
Except he already said it this season, didn't he?
No, if he did, I would have gotten those points. Because neither Mariah nor Ben did.
I
What did he say?
He said
don't remember
he
it
said
at
something about it
all.
being $1 million tribal or $1 million this that. But
that doesn't count because that's
my
fact.
main
They're talking about the
question.
final tribal.
I know.
That's not talking about something earlier when they're like, "This is $1 million decision," and it's has nothing to do with winning.
I think more to
that
the
one
point.
doesn't count.
I think more to the point. Does it count if he's been eliminated? Because we've always scratched the names off.
Yeah, of course it does. If he said it first, but
he did say it first.
Yeah,
of these three.
But that didn't. No, that does not count toward the.
I'll put it this way. I would say in the future I'd be okay with it, but you did cross off their names.
Yeah, because they were eliminated from the game.
Yeah, so once crossed off, I would say no. But in the future, I would be okay with them getting, or you know what I mean.
I didn't cross off anybody's name. Look, it's right there.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I mean, I didn't even see the comment in question. So
I remember writing it down, and I was like, "Oh, he's been eliminated. It probably doesn't matter." But now see, it's a 3-point difference. Whatever, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Brian comes back. I'm going to type Brian's name in here. Brian 6. Yeah. So now all three of us have won fantasy 6 times.
Yay!
And Brian, this is your second win of the new era. You won season 41, and then you had a 5-season drought, and here you are, winner season 46. How does it feel?
Amazing, man. You only have one in the new era. You're gonna step it up.
I know. My buff dudes is not winning.
Yeah, you gotta.
See. Know what you know what happened? Remember, I was doing it. I had been changing up how I was picking my initial team. This time I picked the hot girls again, and look what happened.
we gotta just stick with our types. You gotta do hot girls. I gotta do buff dudes, and Nick's got to pick the quirky nerds he likes, and the Mormons
and the Canadians.
Yes, Mormons, Canadians, and nerds.
That's usually my shtick.
Is that also your type?
No.
What?
Mormon Canadian nerds?
A quirky Mormon Canadian? Canadian Mormon?
Yeah,
what comes first, Mormon or Canadian?
My Canadian plan hasn't worked for a while yet. Tevin was the Canadian in this season, and he did not go very far.
He was playing a good game, but he took out his ally too soon.
Yep. All right. Well, anyway, everyone, are we good? I don't want to close the book unless you guys got a book to close.
Brian?
I mean, I just want to point out the spirit of that bet is that we're talking about when they say something earlier in the season and they call it $1 million decision. He was talking about literally picking someone to win $1 million, so that doesn't count.
I was just scraggling to try and find points off the floor, and that's all. That's what I could find.
Yeah, you lost.
I fully admit that was just me going for a last minute attempt.
Yar. Okay, well, we'll put the bow on this season then. So everyone, have fun. We'll see. When does the next one start? Spring? I know it's spring, but when in spring?
It's spring right now. The next one starts in fall.
Pretty sure you mean fall.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Fall. It's fall and winter. All right, yes. All right. Well, look, I'm sleepy and tired, and my brain's not working. So we're gonna.
So probably October, since it usually ends a week before Christmas.
It's not announced yet, but it's usually late September, early October.
All right. Well, we will have everyone this next season. When we do our draft, we're all going to have to do a little what I did on my vacation report. It's only going to be 1 page, and you can double space it. Okay. But we are all going to do it. I promise you we will. Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, goodbye.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, now I really am going to go to bed because, like, within the last 10 minutes, my will to stay awake
Live.
is just
Oh, it's close.
plummeted. No.
Hey,
I
are we playing? Are
mean-
we playing tomorrow night?
I just realized no, I won't be able to.
You will or won't?
Will not. If we want to do earlier in the day, I can. That's why I'm like, dude, seriously, just play without me. It's fine. Get some progress in the game. Because now we haven't played for like a month, and so that means it's never going to happen again. So, play the one time without me. It's fine. I do not care. Or wait till Monday. It's also fine. I do not care. Because I'm going to a play tomorrow.
What about Sunday night? Yeah, because Monday there's no work. Right?
Sunday I'll be in Salinas. I'm playing 40K.
Ooh, yeah, nice. Okay, I don't want to interrupt that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, anyway. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay,
Good
bye.
night.
I forgot. I was gonna say something. This is gonna be really profound.
It was about how
You're just
fucking
gonna
terrible
be-
the final
you're just-
Tribal Council was.
It's gonna be floored.
I haven't turned this off yet, so Nick will still hear more complaining if we let it keep
Yeah.
running. I think Nick was done with the complaining.